Hypertrichosis is a condition that results in the excessive growth of hair all over the body. While there is no cure for hypertrichosis, it can be managed with medication, laser treatments, and electrology. Some people think it's where the legends of lycanthropy and werewolves come from. Epidermodysplasia Verruciformis is a genetic skin condition characterized by the growth of tree-like scales on the hands and feet. The growths can turn cancerous, and there is no effective treatment for this disorder. And while surgery can remove the growths, the warts will return in just a few weeks. Vessel blockage and the accumulation of fluid is the cause of the condition known as Scrotal Lymphedema. It is painful and can lead to chronic infection, but it is treatable with radiation and surgery. In 2013, a man with an extreme case had a 132-pound scrotum that interfered with his mobility, and it was successfully removed with surgery. Top half little girl, bottom half serpent. Serpentosis melanocytic is a syndrome that causes the lower body to take a reptilian form. Luckily, this is a completely made-up syndrome and a hoax, most likely used to attract tourists and pilgrims to give money to the family of the afflicted in a form of a modern freak show. This leg does look like a deflated balloon, but it's misshapen from Paget's disease, a condition that disrupts the body's ability to replace new bone tissue, and the risk of being affected by this disease increases with age. About 1 million people in the United States have this disease, and it is treatable with medication and surgery. In the article on Paget's disease, it's recommended that you take 1,200 milligrams of calcium and 400 international units of vitamin D every day to keep your bones strong. These are pictures of people born as conjoined twins, also known as Siamese twins. The first documented case was drawn in a painting that dated back to 1493. There are many forms of this birth condition where twins are born physically attached to one another, sometimes sharing some of the same organs such as the heart or digestive system. Depending on how severe the joining is, surgical separation may be possible. Hydrocephalus is a disorder where excessive fluids build up in the cavities of the brain. Infants have much softer bones, and their skulls will grow as the cavities fill. Not much is known as to what causes hydrocephalus. Sometimes it's caused by head trauma, but it can be treated with surgery. Leprosy is an infamous disease found in the Bible and other famous literature. It's also a chronic infection and now curable with a cocktail of modern antibiotics. Contrary to popular belief, leprosy does not cause body parts to fall off, but the infections can lead to fingers and tissue to be deformed and shortened. January 30th is World Leprosy Day. This poor guy suffers from a condition called subcutaneous phycomycosis. It's caused by a fungal infection of the deeper layers of the skin. It can be successfully treated by an antifungal medication. The culprit organism lurks in rotting vegetation in tropical countries like the Republic of Mali. No, it's not a second brain in the back of this 8-year-old Colombian boy. It's a gigantic, life-threatening mole, and it made up a fifth of the boy's body weight. Diagnosed in 2011 with congenital melanocytic nevus, doctors worried that this mole might become malignant and successfully removed it. The boy and his family now live in London and run a charity to support other children with this condition. What do you do when anytime you get hurt, your body replaces the damaged muscle with bone? Fibrodysplasia ossificans progressiva is a real condition where the body does just that. It's sometimes called Stone Man syndrome. It's diagnosed with genetic testing and it's extremely rare, with 1 to 200 cases being reported. There is no known effective way to treat or manage this condition, though steroids can help with the flare-ups. Neurofibromatosis type 1 is a syndrome where your body is covered in bubble-like non-cancerous tumors. There is no known cure, but there are treatments such as surgery, radiation, or chemotherapy that can improve the sufferer's quality of life. There are currently 100,000 people diagnosed with the condition living in the United States. Granum frumenpedantitis is an inherited condition characterized by corn kernel-like lesions on the bottom of the feet. It looks extremely painful, especially when wearing heels. While there is no known cure, there is only one reported case and can be managed with steroids, corn kernel shuckers, and pedicures. There isn't much information on this picture, so please let it be a hoax. If you have blue skin and you're not the victim of a video colorist, you will want to visit the doctor immediately. You may have a rare blood disorder called Methemoglobinemia, when an unusual amount of methemoglobin, a form of hemoglobin, is present in your blood. With this condition, the hemoglobin that carries oxygen is unable to release it to the surrounding tissue, turning the skin blue. There are a couple of variations to this disorder, and it is treatable and manageable. Blue skin may also be the result of silver poisoning, which is still grounds to see a doctor quickly. This picture represents the heartbreaking truth of reality. Progeria is an extremely rare genetic disease with symptoms that resemble accelerated aging. Children with progeria live between 13 to 20 years and eventually succumb to strokes and heart problems. There is no known cure for progeria.